Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and it's great you could stop by here today for what I'm hoping is going to be a pretty quick video, and I pointed it out as a cautionary tale. Video will center around my 17-inch PowerBook G4 from 2004. Now, I happen to have it sitting on top of that little refrigerator over there next to the bed. Easy to find, just grab it whenever I want it, easy access. It worked well. Now, I had it sitting there. I walked in to open it up, get something to drink, and I noticed that the front of it, unlike the way it is now, it was kind of pushing itself open. Now, the last time I had the machine open, I believe I was upgrading the storage. When I closed it, I had trouble getting the latch to unlatch. So I figured, okay, well, I've done something wrong. I'll have to open it up again and see what it is so I can open it up more easily, because it was kind of a pain just to get the thing open. Well, a couple days ago, I went up again getting a soda, and I could see the back of it. The battery was bulging out, and the bag said, okay. You want to see what it looks like? It's gotten worse since then. I'm going to have to dispose of this very soon. I figured, okay, I've got to get that thing out of that computer. I tried pushing on the latches. It's out now. They're convenient little latches back here. You push them up, the battery pops right out. They wouldn't budge. I actually had to get a flathead screwdriver and push them. And I got them to move, and thank God the battery came up. Immediately plugged it into the power brick, and thank God the computer booted up. And interestingly enough, the latch now works absolutely fine. So the problem in the first place, that battery was starting to expand even back when I did that. And that was quite some time ago that I did that upgrade. But you couldn't see it from the battery. And the funny thing is the battery at that point was still working. Not holding much of a charge. Well, okay, so I've got a working PowerBook. I have to use the adapter. That's not the worst thing in the world. But I popped on eBay and figured, okay, let's see. How much is it going to cost to get a replacement battery? And the 17-inch PowerBook batteries that I saw were generally between $60, $70, maybe a little more. I said, okay, forget this. Yeah, that's half the price of the computer itself at this point. I'll just run it in PowerBrick. But I did see one listed for $9 and a couple bucks shipping. And so I clicked on it. Okay, what's the catch to this? Well, the catch is it's untested. The seller he came across the battery from someplace, but since he didn't have a 17-inch PowerBook, he had no way of testing it to see if it worked or not. Well, I sent him an offer. We went back and forth. I settled on $7. I figured, what the heck? If it works, big win. If it doesn't work, at least I've got something to put in there so that there isn't this open hole in the bottom of the computer. So, look what came in the mail today. A nice, very new-looking PowerBook battery. All right. Now, just so you can see the comparison between the two. Oh yeah, this is getting disposed of as soon as we're done making this video, I'll tell you. Okay, so we shall take our PowerBook, put that in, Well, it's flickering a little bit, so I mean, there's a partial charge in there anyway. Oh, what the heck? I'm sure there's not enough of a charge in there to get it to boot up. And now we're having trouble with the latch again. There we go. Not so bad. No, of course not. So, what I'm going to have to do now is plug it in. I don't have the power brick here. The fact that it's got a little bit of a flicker on it, we'll see if this thing charges up enough to actually boot the computer. So if you want to find out if it does, and if I ended up being really lucky, stay tuned. Alright, it's been charging for about 45 minutes now. The battery on the back, I won't turn it over to look at it, but you know, the green lights have been popping right up, so things are looking good. Let's try booting her up. There we go. Now, the power adapter is at this point still plugged in, so we're looking to see what the indicator reads as far as charge. Come on now. Okay, there's our Aurora. Yeah, that's the battery problem, I think. What's it say? Saying 99%. Okay. Clock is also wrong, of course, because the battery's been out, but that should take care of itself soon. Okay. So, what we need to do here is to let it charge up to 100%, which it should be able to do, and then run it for a while and see just how much time we get in this battery. But so far it's looking very, very good. Okay, I've unplugged the power adapter. It's saying 100% now. All right, I'm gonna plug it back in. All right, so yeah, we need to run it. We need to get an idea of how long this computer is actually going to run on this battery. But hey, so far for a total of 9, I think it's like 9.25. Including the shipping. Can't go wrong here. All right, so we'll be back later and see how the machine's running. Stay tuned. Okay, here's the report. It pretty much behaves like the old battery did before it started to swell up and look insane. Get maybe 40 minutes out of it, depending on what you're doing. If you're watching YouTube videos, it's going to go faster. If you're doing some basic word processing, yeah, maybe not quite so much. Email, connecting to the internet is going to take up more battery, etc. But nonetheless, there is a battery in the machine now. It does work. I can use it not plugged in for at least relatively short periods of time. So the try for that battery paid off. So we're in good shape there. Now, the cautionary tale. Let's look at this again. Yes, the thing is, with older laptops with these removable batteries, it's pretty clear pretty quickly that something's gone wrong. With newer laptops, this can still happen, but it's not quite so apparent. In fact, it happened to me last year. I've got a 2015 13-inch MacBook Pro that started to behave strangely. It would run fine for a while, then it would shut itself off. I brought it into the Apple Store, and in looking at it, the battery was swelling. So they replaced the battery, but what they do with that particular model, and a lot of newer models, they replaced the whole logic board. But if it's a battery issue, Apple doesn't charge you for the logic board. So I'm talking right off the top of my head. I may be wrong. I think it was $600 or so for a logic board replacement. But if it was simply a battery issue, they would replace the logic board, but it only costs about $200. Now, at $600, you got to start thinking, okay, maybe buy a new machine. At $200, let's just replace it and go. It is possible to replace those batteries. It's not an easy repair. Once you get the batteries, they're glued in. So yeah, you can replace them, but not something I was looking forward to. I was just as glad in that case to spend the $200 and get a functional laptop back. Okay, well, in any event, that's the results of this. So yes, it ended up being a relatively short video. Be good to other people. They need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. You can't be good to other people if you're not good to yourselves. We can make the world a better place. It is not. So please take very, very good and careful care. Okay, a lot more stuff coming up. We have some G4 goodness coming up. Some Mac Pro things in the works here. A lot coming up in the channel. So until those things are available on the channel, this has been Broken Electronics.